So today you're largely going to be working by yourselves, but I'm going to get you started on how to make a Zoom background in Canva. So I have a worksheet for you. Let me share my screen so that you can see that. You should have gotten this attached to your calendar invitation.
Yep.
But here's what I want you to think through. I want you to think through, well, what kind of meetings do you have on Canva? So for me, for example, I have these coaching calls. I have corporate consulting meetings with people. I have executive coaching. I've got different groups like prayer groups and things like that. So I'm thinking about those meetings. And then my next thought is, okay, branding. How do I fashion the background in my Zoom to where it fits the audience that I'm talking with? All right. So when we're thinking about this, we're also thinking about your brand colors. You want, as much as possible to get your brand colors in front of people so that they associate that with you. And every time, I took on purple and people always associate me with purple. It's part of my brand. Right. You've got purple. And so, you want to think about that when you're creating your backgrounds. What colors need to be present without overwhelming your audience? And there is color research out there about how it affects people. We've talked about that before in the mastermind. So we know that different colors have different impacts on people. If one thing I will tell you, just as a reminder, like if you love yellow, you don't want your whole background to be yellow because they will never hear anything you say because our brains can't process yellow. It gets stuck. It's like the wheel of death on the computer.
Oh.
So we want to be mindful. Now, that's just a normal yellow color. Now, if it's more of a marigold, with a little bit of orange in it, that it starts to change. But anyway, so thinking about your colors and then when you're doing your branding, you have an opportunity to put your information on the background slides so that people are always seeing, your name, your business name, could be your title, your web address, your logo. Those are some things that you can put on your backgrounds, okay? So I want you to take some time to walk through this. And then I've got some instructions here on how to create the backgrounds in Canva. And you can go back and look at these. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in here and show you, okay?
Awesome.
So can everybody see my Canva screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the very first thing you want to do when it says, what will you design today? By the way, I do have the premium version. So it might look slightly different than yours, but you know that when you see the little crowns on pictures and stuff, that's a premium. I highly recommend getting the premium. It's worth it if you're going to be making graphics and doing things like this. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in here, Zoom background. Okay. And voila, we have a ton of different backgrounds that are already made up for you.
Ooh, look at the beach.
Yeah, you can pick these out. Right now, they've got them all holiday. And think about your meeting. So I recommend that you make one that's fun and creative. You could even use one of these. Or you can think about, okay, I want my branding color purple to be a dominant color. So I might say purple Zoom background. All right. So it'll pull up, some varying shades of purple. Or let's say that I want to do minimalist. And so you see, it just pulls up different pictures and you can go on forever and ever. This is why I'm going to just turn you loose so that you can look through these and pick them. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll click on one and you're going to edit it, but I've already started a project sleeve here. I call these project sleeves. But basically what you want to do when you create all of your Zoom backgrounds, you can have them all in one row so they're not all spread out on your Canva account. So I made up some here.
It's real good.
And I used a purple background. I put my name, my title, and then my website here. Notice I got my little tiny logo up here. But I might use this if I'm doing some coaching for women in the corporate arena, for example, right? So I took this template and I just made it my own and added my stuff. I'll just show you. Okay, so here's another one, just a simple, I just wanted blue. See, it doesn't have to have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be too distracted, but I love this one right here.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, just very simple, minimalist for a VIP center.
Mm.
This is one I created, make Zoom backgrounds for business. So if like you're doing a webinar, Marty, you
Mhm.
can use this sort of as a background for you if you wanted to. But you can have the title, and it just helps with your branding.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to show you, first of all, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial here. Let me not undo that. So normally when why does my husband call me every Wednesday at 12:30?
Because he loves you.
I'm going to have to be curious. Hey, I noticed that you call me every Wednesday at 12:30 when I'm doing Mastermind. What's going on? What's happening?
Oh my goodness.
I got to do a quick shutdown on this mail. Otherwise it'll keep. Okay. All right. So let me just get a blank page. Blank page. Let me take that off. Let me go down here. Okay, here we go. All right. So when you're actually in the project, you can always go up under templates. You can still do a search here. And so Rachel, what is a branding color of yours?
Blue.
Or what blue? Okay, so blue Zoom background. Okay, and let's just say we're just gonna pick this one right here. So we just drag it over. All right, and they've got some different, so you could just simply say, I'm gonna put Rachel.
Extra points for having my name spelled correctly. That's amazing.
Let's see. You could have the logo there.
Mhm.
You could have your address here. I don't remember what it is. I'm just going to shrink that down. So if you're familiar with Canva, you know that you can change the fonts if you want to. So if we want Rachel to have a fancy, something more fancy here, these are all caps. I don't want it to be that. You never want to do fancy calligraphy in all caps because it's hard to read. But let's say that
How did you
I like that.
do lowercase?
we see
Ah,
the little A, big A. Yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah.
I really like that.
And so you can change the colors if you want. So let's say that you're going with that. Even on some of these backgrounds, notice that they've just added little pieces here.
Yeah.
So what if let's say, I don't like that. I'm going to take that off. You just hit delete. All right. And you can, a tip that I want you to remember is when you're creating these Zooms, you want to keep the middle, you want to have as much blank space as possible. So usually the name and your title goes over in the upper right. If you remember how we've talked about graphics before, eyes go to the left, then they kind of go in a Z, right? They start up in the upper corner and they go to the right then they come down to the lower left, and then they land on whatever's in the lower right. All right, so that's the way eyes typically scan. So really, technically, we want most of our important information to be over there. Now, I did create this right here, which this is it's different strokes for different folks, but if your face is right here, they're just going to be going back and forth between, looking at this, looking at this, looking at this, looking at this. So their eyes will go back and forth, but they'll get more tired quickly, even though this is lovely. So technically I should put this over to the right hand side, because it'll give their eyes a break from all of the words. So like they probably catch, like, let me see if I can actually do this. I'm giving you these visual tips just because this is brain science.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if we can scoot all that over.
Oh, wow.
Wow, is right.
Can you scoot the desk over to the left then?
Yeah, so what we can do, oops, forgot that little bar there. So what we can do on this image, we'll flip it.
Oh,
Wow. Did
cool.
not know you could do that. That's something I just
Isn't it
learned.
fun?
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's fun, but it goes down such a big rabbit trail for me. And then I'm like, wait, what was I trying to do in the first place?
Oh, I have a question. I'm sure you probably will share this, but how do we use that actually when we're doing our Zooms? Like, do we save it? How does that work?
I
Right.
had the same question.
I'm going to show you real quick what to do.
Okay.
So once you're done, sorry guys. So once you're done, you're going to go up here to the share, download. You are going, I think it's, I can't remember if it's PNG or PDF. I think it's PNG. Download this one at a time. Otherwise it'll create a zip file. It'll be a pain. Let's say I'm going to download the first one. Okay.
I'm so glad you did that, because I literally could not figure out how to do that. Do you know how many times I've done the whole thing?
Right.
And see, I have the app on my phone, so I like get all the same things over and over and over, because I
Right.
help me. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay, so now, and these instructions are actually on your paper, so just so you know.
Perfect.
All right, so I'm going to now go into my Zoom account.
Cool.
So here I am in my account. I'm going to click in there to my account. All right, I'm going to go to settings. And go down here to advanced. Keep scrolling till you get to virtual backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to manage backgrounds.
Oh, you can just drop files.
That's so great. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Okay, here we go. All right, so the settings have been updated in your Zoom account. So now you should be able to go right back into your Zoom and be able to select that. You can even select that while you're on the call.
Oh,
So let me show you here. So you can go to, give me a second.
You're sharing your Word document.
That's fine.
Okay.
So we're gonna go, let me share my screen so you can see this. Hold on,
oh, please.
share my desktop. All right. So on your bar where it says stop video, on your normal little bar, you can click the little caret there and it will give you the option, choose your virtual background. Oh,
You,
I would have to be out of this and restart it. Normally it would show up here, but I'm just gonna pick one that I have here, so. You click on the virtual background that you want and you just add it.
Okay.
Ah, I'm a
I like
flower in the grass. Look at me grow.
Girl, you be coming up with some stuff.
And then here's my blurry background. And here's normal. So all you have to do is upload them to your Zoom account and then they're ready to use for your next call.
Perfect.
so you have to upload them before you get on. Okay.
Yes. Yes. That's why it's not showing up for me right now.
Gotcha.
All right, and that's it. So the challenge today in the next few minutes is to definitely create a minimum of one, but try to create 5 different ones based on who your target audience might be, okay?
Okay.
All right, and as soon as this recording uploads, I'll get Cart to send you the replay in case you want to go back if you missed something on the instructions.
Okay.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. See you
Merry
in
Christmas.
2023.
That's
Yeah.
right, 2023. We'll do Mindset Monday, January the 2nd.
Okay.
January the 1st, we've got 40-day prayer, 40 days of prayer in the 40-day group. That's January 1st.
Is that a call that you do, or do you just post on Facebook? How do you do that? Because I didn't do it.
It's a Zoom call plus I live stream it into the 40-day Facebook group.
Okay. And is that in the morning too? Like the 6:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's 6. Let me just double check.
You bumped it back a half an hour. Okay.
For the prayer circle, yes, because that's what the Lord told me. 6
Oh.
a.m. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
All right, ladies.
All right.
Christmas. We'll see you
Merry
next year.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All
Hey, Marty,
right.
feel free to call me anytime you need to.
Yeah. Are you busy right now?
Nope.
Okay. Calling you now.
All right.
Okay, bye, ladies.
y'all.
Bye.